What's up, guys? Hope you're having an awesome day. My name is Andrew, but you can call me Andy, and this is J-Rock MD, the show where we talk about all things J-Rock. And guys, on today's episode, we will be predicting the set list for OK Rock's 2025 DETOX Tour. Let's get into it. Y'all heard me correctly. This is not a reaction today. We are actually going to be breaking down what I think is going to be OK Rock's final set list for their DETOX Tour. Now, there are a few things we need to keep in mind. First, they will be doing multiple legs of the tour, starting off in Latin America, then hitting North America, then Japan, and finally, or at least announced thus far, is their European leg. Now, all of these set lists for each leg could vary slightly, especially for the Japanese leg of the tour in August, September. That said, my focus and my set list is going to be for their Latin America, their North America, and most likely also their European tour. So for now, we're going to leave out the Japanese leg because that will definitely include more older songs and more deep cuts that are more popular with the Japanese fans. Another thing, and a disclaimer, so you don't kill me and rip me apart in that comment section, that this is just my opinion, okay? This is not their actual set list. It's not guaranteed they're playing any of these songs. It could be completely different. They could be throwing a crazy curveball that we could not have expected. That said, if you stick around to the end, I'm going to announce that 3 different wildcards that are possibilities on this tour, and I think you will be very interested in those. But for now, let's jump into my breakdown of the predicted set list. Let's go. Alrighty guys, we have my deck here, and yes, I'm a super nerd and put this together as my prediction for this set list. Some choices are going to be very obvious, while other choices might be some inklings or hunches that I may have. Okay, let's go. So first things first, I think that there is no doubt across all of their tours, they are going to open with this #1 song. And it has to be a song to hype up the crowd. So I'm predicting the opening song is going to be Nasty. Guys, I definitely think, and especially after OK Rock's recent post showing Nasty as the hype up song for the Japan series featuring the Dodgers and Shohei Ohtani, it is almost no doubt that Nasty is going to be the opening song for this tour. It gives me almost like pushback vibes, very chanty. It's very repetitive. It's something that you can escalate the energy as the song progresses and get everybody into the spirit of the show. And of course, it's off of the new album. I think it's no doubt that this is going to be the opening song. Second song here, I think, is going to be a familiar song, and another song that is going to make us kind of unify for the show. It's going to be an Ambition song called We Are. Now, a lot of you are probably thinking, oh, that's like a Ender song. Not necessarily. I actually went through SETLIST FM, which is pretty much an archive of set lists for bands, every band you can think of, Japan, worldwide, and looked at all of their past tours in North America, Asia, South America. We Are has actually been a second song. If you look at Eye of the Storm 2019, it was featured as a second opener. I think it's a very good song that a lot of people are going to know. It still falls into their newer label, Fueled by Ramen, and I think it's going to get a lot of people very, very excited. After We Are, I think we're going to get another familiar song, but this time from Luxury Disease, the previous album. We're going to get Save Yourself. I don't think they're going to be dropping Save Yourself. It is a fan favorite, and again, it's a very rock song. It was a song that really solidified the tone of Luxury Disease and going forward. After Save Yourself, I think we're going to go back to Detox songs, and we're going to get a song that follows a similar BPM, which is going to be Dystopia, though it does actually speed that up as we get into the chorus. So I do think that Save Yourself will bleed into Dystopia, this time really getting electrified energy into the crowd. It'll be their first time performing this song, and so I think there's going to be a lot of energy and excitement going into it. It's also a really big favorite from Detox. After Dystopia, we are going to go into Delusional. This also follows really well the ordering on the Detox album. Now, looking at past 1OK Rock shows, it is not certain that they play the songs in order as they appear on Detox, though they also do it sometimes. So there's no consistency there to pull from. So that's why my prediction is we're going to get Dystopia, we're going to get Delusional. I find in their Eye of the Storm tour, as well as their Luxury Disease, they do group newer songs and older songs together in some cases. It's not all the time, but they do it sometimes. After Delusional, I think we're going to get a song we haven't heard in a while, which is Bombs Away. They did feature this while opening up for Muse, but I think that Bombs Away does have this kind of really cool energy to it. I think it's very aggressive. I think it fits the style of Detox. I think it just blends in there so well. This song could be swapped out for any other song. We could get Taking Off again. I don't think that's possible. They played Taking Off at Luxury Disease and during Premonition, so it's possible that they will leave Taking Off of the album. Going forward, I think we will get Make It Out Alive. This one, I actually sat and switched out time and time again. I said we're either getting Make It Out Alive or we're getting Neon. One of the two. Make It Out Alive is a really big, popular rock song from the Monster Hunter now, and I honestly think it's, again, a very good chanty song. There's a lot of crowd involvement. Neon's been played at Luxury Disease. Neon was also played at Premonition. That said, it was featured in Sonic the Hedgehog 3. So my bet is if they don't play Make It Out Alive, they will be playing Neon instead. But I'm gonna keep Make It Out Alive as my bet because, again, it's more rock. And as we know, 1OK Rock have said in interviews that they are getting bored of playing the poppier stuff. I think that they are going to mold their set list to be like a rock show, and I feel like Make It Out Alive and everything that I've chosen so far sets itself up to be a rock show. Okay? After Make It Out Alive, I think they're definitely going to slow it down a little bit and give us the popular Tropical Therapy. This is a song that is a power rock ballad, really showcases Taka's voice. It's gonna slow things down, give the band a break. They've been rocking out so hard since Save Yourself, and so we're gonna get emotional in this one. And I honestly do think they're gonna stack another softer song after Tropical Therapy, which is going to be Renegades, right? Renegades has that kind of softer, like verse, and then we have a more heavier, rockier chorus. I do think that it is a good follow-up after Tropical Therapy. Renegades is a fan favorite, co-written by Ed Sheeran. I think this is a song we are going to see on their set list time and time again. It's very popular. It's in like the Apple Music, their top 10, in their Spotify top 10 in terms of popularity. So I don't think that we are going to lose this song anytime soon, but honestly, it's a very good crowd song. So they'll be playing Renegades. After Renegades, we are going to, again, bring the energy down a little bit, give Taka a little bit of a break, give the band a little bit of a break with tiny pieces. And I do think that this song, out of all of the songs on Detox, is probably the easiest song to perform for them. It's going to be easier on Taka's voice, it's going to be easier on the crowd, but I still think this is going to be like if you saw Luxury Disease, the So Far Gone, right? Song. We're going to all have our phones up with the lights out, really kind of toning things down. The band is going to now go into a break. After that, the break, right? Taka's break specifically is going to be the instrumental. I do think the instrumental is going to be super heavy. We might get some electronic sound in there. We might get like kind of those different sound bites and things that we heard during Detox in certain intros of certain songs. But I think we're in for a very heavy instrumental. If you went to Premonition 2024, you know that this song and the instrumental they played was their arguably heaviest since the 35-35 tour. And yeah, like I think this one is going to go pretty hard. After instrumental, I think we're going to have like an acoustic-y slowdown after the instrumental, and it's going to go into Party's Over, give us like a Latin sound, and then Taka comes out with a song that again is not going to be too hard on the vocals, but it's going to bring that energy back up because this song does get faster, it gets heavier. After Party's Over, I think we're going to hear Ambitions again and get I Was King. Thematically, a lot of these songs do work well together in terms of like the rock and the alternative vibe that we're hearing, or the heavy rock. I feel like I Was King would be a nice welcome addition back to both Latin America and North America, because the last time they played this, they played it on the Asian leg of Luxury Disease. So honestly, we're missing it. We're missing I Was King over here. It was a huge favorite from Ambitions. I can almost guarantee we're going to hear I Was King again. After that, I think, and this is where I think Taka is going to throw a couple curveballs, as I think we're going to get Take Me to the Top. The energy is high. The second half is usually a lot more bumping, a lot more faster. They're having fun. Everybody's warmed up and in it. We're going to get a fast song, Take Me to the Top. And you know what Take Me to the Top transitions into? Usually transitions into Cry Out. I think this is the biggest overestimation on my end, but I just have a feeling we're going to hear more from 35-35. They played Mighty Long Fall at the Premonition World Tour 2024, and I think by him testing the waters with that song and the fans being really into it, it's a good indication that they can go out there and play 35-35. Especially, I mean, 35-35 was one of the breakout albums here in the West that really solidified themselves here as an alternative powerhouse. So this might be a little bit hopeful or wishful thinking that we're going to get Take Me to the Top and Cry Out, but a man can dream. A man can dream, and it's not impossible. It is frequently played in past One OK Rock stuff. Why not bring it back now? Okay. After Cry Out, I think we're going to get Puppets Can't Control You. I feel like the sounds of these songs and listening to them back to back, Taking Me to the Top, Cry Out, and Puppets Can't Control You blend in seamlessly with each other. Puppets Can't Control You brings us now back to what we're here for, Detox. And so we're going to hear that song, and it's going to sound amazing. After Puppets Can't Control You, we're going to get the beginning, right? I feel like Puppets Can't Control You has a similar sound to something on Jinsei X Boku Equals, and so going into the beginning, and we're nearing the end of our set list. We've been waiting for it. They're never going to skip this on one of their full concert set lists. I know they do skip the beginning in a lot of cases on festivals, or shorter set lists or openings. As an opening act, they do tend to skip it. Sometimes they put in Deeper and Deeper. So in this case, I don't think we're missing out on the beginning. They're going to play that. It is the song that pretty much thrusted them into the world stage. So we're going to get the beginning, and this is really taking us near the end, because after the beginning, we're going to get another fan favorite. I don't care what you guys think about this song, whether you love it, you hate it. It's one of Taka's favorites. It's very easy for them to perform live, as he has mentioned before. What do you think it's going to be? I think you've all guessed it already. JK, it's not that song yet. Before that song, I think we are going to get the pilot. So I think we're going to slow things down with the beginning. And we're going to get the pilot right after. After that is the song I was talking about, Stand Outfitted. Now, it's very possible that they might flip-flop these. If they want to end on a more emotional note and then leave the stage, they're going to put the pilot as number 18, and they'll have Standout fit in after the beginning. And I think I actually keep flipping these back and forth as I was revising my list. I was like, they've done it either ending on a very hype note, or they've ended things on a very like sad and emotional note, really showcasing Taka's vocals. It could go either way. We've gotten Wasted Nights a lot, and it's possible it'll be on this set list. That said, because it's been exhausted, and it really is a tough song for Taka to sing vocally. I don't know if tough is the right word, but it's definitely strenuous more than others. I think we'll see something new like the pilot instead. So 17 and 18 are definitely flip-floppy. Okay? After that, again, going into the encore, I feel like their encores always have something surprising. So for example, in the Luxury Disease North America tour, I believe that was in 2022, they played a song previously unreleased to, you know, this side of the world, and that was Always Coming Back. They did an acoustic rendition. I think we're gonna get something that we haven't heard in a while. I think it's gonna be a slower song. It could be an acoustic rendition, or it could be the original song. I think for our first song in the encore, we are going to get Fight the Night. It's very possible that it could be This Can't Be Us from DETOX. That said, I feel like in their Latin America and North America tours, they really test the waters with a lot of their songs, and it helps them kind of get into, see what works, what doesn't. They can mess around and play with things, kind of work with the crowd a little. I think we're going to get Fight the Night over here. Again, if they want to balance the set list, it would make sense to have 3 total 35-35s. I don't think we're going to get more than 1 Jinsei. We're definitely going to get 3 Ambitions. We're going to get about 3 or 4 Luxury Diseases. And we're going to get a majority being DETOX. So that's my encore number 19. Now we're hitting on our 20th song, including the instrumental. It's 21. And the last song, which you haven't seen it on here, is going to be Matter. Right? What a way to end a show. Matter, I mean, it is a very positive song. If we look at the themes throughout all of these songs, there are themes about, you know, politics, the future, existentialism, unity, and I feel like ending with the song about unity and talking about hope and how much we mean to Taka. It's the 20th anniversary. He's on this huge new tour that is going to take them all the way into 2026. I feel like Matter is a very good way to end it. Very popular song from DETOX. So this here, guys, is my final set list for One OK Rock's DETOX tour for Latin America, North America, not Japan, as well as Europe. That said, I do think that there will be slight variations between Latin America, North America, and Europe. It could be a couple of songs. It could be song ordering. In Europe, they might get some stuff we haven't heard. Like, they got Broken Heart of Gold. We didn't get Broken Heart of Gold. In Asia, they got things like Chaos Myth, Change, I Was King, Clock Strikes. We didn't get those songs. Latin America could get Clock Strikes, right? And we might not hear that song again. Or we could get Clock Strikes, and they may not get the big, like, that song, right? So there are so many different options. Also, ordering could vary slightly, but just based off of my research, my intuition, my experience going to One OK Rock shows for this is going to be my 6th or 7th show, I feel like this is a very good, solid indication of what we can expect from the set list. Okay, what do you think? Right, before we get into our wild cards, what do you think? I would be super excited to read all of your set list predictions within reason. I don't want it to be your dream set list, because if this was my dream set list from One OK Rock, this would look a whole lot different. We would have Never Let This Go on there. We would have Nothing Helps. We would have Hell Right By Your Side. I've also seen that live, which was freaking killer. But we would have so many different songs on here. We'd have Mad World. I love Mad World. I actually think it's possible that could be a song that we get, right? We didn't get that in North America. They might be like, hey, let's just do an all Japanese song and just like rip it and have the lyrics up on the screen. Possible, right? Anything's possible with this tour. All right, let's get into the wild cards here and talk about them a little bit. All right, so these are my 3 wild card predictions, and these are 3 things that there is a % chance that they're going to do it, but you know the odds are quite low. My first one is they will play DETOX in full. Now, there are a few reasons why I think this. A is because the album's actually pretty short. It like clocks in at like less than 40 minutes, like 38 something, give or take some change. So it's very possible that they could play all of DETOX and still give us like a bunch of other songs from Luxury Disease and their past discography. So I won't rule it out. Another reason why I think this is because playing full albums is kind of trendy right now. I know The Used is on a tour and they're actually playing full albums, certain dates in certain cities. I saw Green Day's 20th and 30th anniversary of Dookie and American Idiot over the summer. They played all of Dookie, all of American Idiot. At the We Were Young festival here in the West happening in Vegas in October, we have bands who are set to be playing entire albums. So it's a trending thing to do right now. One OK Rock is on their 20th anniversary, and DETOX is new, and it's short, and it's good. Every song, for the most part, are unskippable. So it's very possible we'll get the entire DETOX. Not guaranteed, but possible. Next wildcard is we are going to get an Eras-like setlist. I think this is least likely, but what I mean by that is since it's its 20th anniversary, they kind of know that the West knows their Japanese music. At the Premonition Tour 2024, they played Wherever You Are, and they stopped for a second and had the entire crowd singing along in Japanese. And I think this was almost Taka's way and the band's way of being like, whoa, like, can they actually sing the songs? Do they know the songs? Can we play these comfortably and have crowd engagement? So it's very possible they might give us things from all the way back to Kanjo Effect and give us a couple of songs going forward, with the bulk of the set list being DETOX. I doubt this. This is very, very unlikely at this stage. Maybe for a 25th or 30th anniversary, they may do this. But I just put it on here just in case. It's a wild card. And the last one I think is actually the most likely one. So the most likely case is we are going to get Curiosity with Toru rapping. Okay, hear me out on this. You didn't see Curiosity on my set list. Actually, it is a trending song and very popular on both Apple Music and Spotify. I know it's a fan favorite. It's their heaviest from the album. Why won't they play it? Well, first of all, they have Chico Carlito featuring on it, which is a Japanese rapper, and they have Pale Dusk. So for the Latin America show, as well as the North America show, they don't have Pale Dusk set to play with them. So how are they going to play the song? Well, they would need Taka doing both his parts as well as Pale Dusk's parts, and then they would have to have Toru doing Chico Carlito's part, which is possible because Toru did rap in the earlier days. And this would be a wild card. It'd be cool. It'd be a curveball. Fans would be cheering. We could get it as an encore song, or we could get it after the instrumental. It's very possible. But one thing I'm telling you is I don't think we're getting both Parties Over and Curiosity on the same set list. Just my experience with their set list pass. It's very possible we won't. We could, and that would be amazing. I would love that. But is it that likely? So this is another one. That said, I almost 100% think that they are going to play Curiosity at both their Japan tour and more than likely, most definitely, during their European tour, because Pale Dusk is opening for them at every single date on that European tour. So they're going to get that. And so since Pale Dusk will be there, well then who's going to do the rapping part? Either Chico Carlito's joining that bill, or Toru is going to have to bring out those rap skills and kind of live up to that. So it's very possible. These are my wild card predictions. All right, guys. Now, for all of you who want a little bit of extra, I thought of an idea. I'm going to ask Chat GPT what they think is going to be the set list for One OK Rock. And I'd love to compare my set list to Chat GPT. So if you want the extended version where we chat with Chat GPT about the possible set list at One OK Rock's tour, then you're going to have to go check that version out over on my Patreon there. Head over to Patreon. You can get that with that bonus content in there. Otherwise, please feel free to like this video, put your predicted set list in the comment section down below, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification so that you don't miss another One OK Rock video. Guys, until we meet again, I'm gonna see you all in the next one.